Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Birdnest Podcast, episode number 2. This one is gonna be about me, guys. In my opinion, might be my most least favorite video because I don't get to talk about the other person or get to know more about them. But I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope this brings us together in a deeper level. You know what I mean? Anyways, joining us here is substitute for the co-host, Eric Santa Cruz. Everybody, we'll let him talk about himself for a little bit.
Shoot. I know I feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable talking about myself. I don't know what to say.
Do you feel uncomfortable in your skin?
This guy.
I'm just kidding. That was a good joke, though.
Yeah, hilarious.
You don't want to say anything?
I don't know. I don't know what to share, dude.
Completely understandable. You know, not many people can be on camera, you know, and
I wouldn't know what to share. Like, my name's Eric. I don't know.
What's your daily routine like, so people at least know that?
Oh, just go to school, go to work, and then go to a gym.
Oh, y'all heard it here first. He doesn't brush his teeth, doesn't shower.
This guy.
I'm kidding, y'all. All right. I just want to let you know that I do believe in you, and that's why I keep you around.
Thank you, man. I believe in you too.
Not just you, but also all the other friends that are in my YouTube videos, like Josh, Judas. I believe in every single one of them.
That's wonderful.
Which is why I do what I do.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Like, I don't know if you're familiar with The Walking Dead, but Rick Grimes.
No, I actually never seen it. All of my friends have seen it except me.
Well, Rick Grimes has this vision where everyone gets to eat at this big table. All his friends are all grown up. The team, his squad, his family is all grown up eating at this table on a sunny day, enjoying dinner together. That's a vision I have for all of us one day, and I hope to make it come true. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope we can make it come true.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be wonderful. What we having at the table? Some pizza? Something?
I don't know, man. Whatever we can cook. I want it to be homemade food, like us all cooking in the grill. You know what I mean? Doing our thing.
Yeah, don't let me cook. I'm definitely burning something.
Anyways, guys, I just want to take this out of the air. 2026, guys. 2026.
Yeah.
2025 was so bad for me, which is why I'm going so hard in 2026, and I will please use me as an example on how far you can get in 1 year.
Yeah.
So right now, I hope you guys know I have no social media. I just have my media thing. My 2 Instagram accounts for the Birdnest Podcast, and then Ricky is a boxer. You know, because I really want to show people how far you can get in a year. And I'm starting off at 0, straight up 0, no followers, nothing. And right now we're like at 19 followers. So in a year, I hope it inspires people on how far you can get in life. You know, we're only like halfway through the month, and I feel like I've done so much, and there's so much more left to do. But it is enough where I can kind of applaud myself and my friends for helping me out, man. And man, it means so much for you guys to show up in videos and even be here sitting down helping me record this podcast.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. I'm grateful to be here. Let's dive into it. Let's going into 2026. What is something that you want to accomplish by the end of the year, and what are some habits that you're setting up for yourself that will set you up for success?
I think I want to show the day people, the normal people that are like 9-to-5 jobs or people like that I will be somebody one day.
Yeah.
You know, in 2025, I had this person, not going to name him, but I had this person tell me, right? I walk into this building early morning, and I had this person tell me, after I told them, oh, man, I'm so sleepy right now. I just woke up. Or, like, I barely got any sleep because of work. And they go, get used to it, man. Because that's going to be you for the rest of your life. And I was like, that was, I think, 2025. Dude. Out of everything that happened that year, that got me the most mad, hearing that shit.
That's horrifying because there's genuinely people that think like that. There's genuinely people that think that.
Which is not bad, but to me,
no, it's bad.
Nah, it's not. If you have good people around you in your family,
yeah,
I can work where I work or even at McDonald's, you know, if I come back home to a family. Because that's, honestly, no one can take that away from you because you already won by having a daughter and financially healthy family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not bad, and I don't shame nobody for having that. But to me, for my goals, what I'm promised, what my family has sacrificed, it means so much to me, man. You know, I cannot be, quote unquote, a normal person I have to achieve certain things, and I have to be the person that I'm meant to become, and do a change in this world. As hard as it is to impact this world in any way, I need to do it, man. Hearing that I was gonna be stuck at this job for the rest of my life really pisses me off. That people will look at me and be like, "Oh, he has brown skin. He's gonna stay here. He's gonna stay here." That was the only thing that got me seriously mad that whole year in 2025. And you know what happened in 2025.
Yeah.
So imagine that got me the most mad. You know what I mean? I wanted to be like, fuck. I didn't say that. I wanted to be like, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah. Fuck that man. Not fuck that man, but fuck that.
Yeah.
The saying.
Yeah. So, what going into like, what do you want to do with the success that you're gonna bring in the future? Because I really believe in you, and I believe that you're going somewhere. And I know this is gonna take off. I know you're gonna look back at this episode and you're gonna see you going deep into the conversation like we're gonna do later. But when it's all like said and done, and you have millions of subscribers, what do you want people to take away when they think of you? When someone you don't know mentions your name, when they bring you up, what do you want people to think you? How do you want them to be inspired? What do you want to represent?
Well, just to start us off, I never want to be glorified, me. I always give glory to Christ. But I always want to show people that if we come together and we seriously come together and care, that we can create change. You know what I mean? Easier said than done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we haven't had like a properly good role model or a leader to look up to. You know what I mean? And I've been terrified to become this leader, but I feel like it's destiny for me. Yeah. And I know it might sound cringe to people.
Elaborate on that. Why do you feel like it's destiny?
Because you don't notice, and I never told nobody this, but I'm gay. Nah, I'm not gay, guys. I just, the boxing thing, I've always wanted to become a leader ever since a little kid.
Yeah.
I had this little group, and I was the leader of it, and I told people what to do, and they followed me, and they believed in me. The teachers did. They loved what I was doing, the way I would take charge, and that all died out in 7th and 8th grade. I became somebody else, completely different.
Yeah.
And I hid in the shadows.
What happened during that time?
We moved over here.
Okay.
And I was treated different by everybody else because I dressed in the same clothes every day. There wasn't uniform no more, so we couldn't hide it. If you're not rich or not.
Yeah.
We couldn't hide it, so I was easily picked on, and I missed all my friends. I had lost them. I didn't have a phone, so
you think that affects you to this day?
No, not anymore. I grew out of it, but it definitely, like, back in the moment, I couldn't see why I was going through it.
Of course.
And I was like, fuck. But now it's like, it's a constant reminder, Yeah. It's like fuel in me.
Do you think that contributed to your growth? Do you use that?
Yeah, for sure. I remember when we first moved here, I was, I hate to say it, man. I really do. I even hate to even admit it, but I was like an asshole to my mom. Like, I blamed her, for moving here. And in reality, she was giving us a way better.
Do you feel like you had some resentment that you didn't know you had at the time for her?
Resentment. Can you explain that word to me?
Oh, geez. I mean, I'm not like a psychologist or anything, but I think it's like when you have like anger towards someone.
Oh,
and you're not like
for sure.
Really saying it. You're not being direct about it.
For sure. I was mean to her, man, because of it.
Yeah.
I hate it, man. Looking back at it, I fucking hate myself. I wish I could slap the shit out of myself back then. I was really lost, though. I was so hurt, losing everybody that I loved. And the people here treated me like shit, man. It got to the point. Funny story, guys. I literally did not cuss. I was such a good boy, 6th grade and before. I did not cuss at all. I didn't say one bad word, Eric. I'm serious. I refuse to say a bad word like everybody else. 7th grade kicks in. Everyone's bullying me and shit. I know I have to act tough. I can't act
finally said his first cuss word.
I said my first cuss word, and it was the N word.
What?
Yeah.
Out of all the words.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Right, and the cancel culture.
The thing is, every time I got home, I would go to the restroom and I'm showering. I would put soap in my mouth because you know how.
No way.
I swear.
Are you serious?
On everything, I did that.
bro. Everything just disappeared. Nah, bro. But
I hated myself for
that's insane.
changing. You know, to try
That's
to fit in.
hilarious. That's some funny stuff.
Some nasty ass dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like the audience, some audience, you know, or people that are just tuning in for the first time, we know that your goal is eventually to become a boxer. What really got you first into that?
Into boxing?
Yeah, like what was your very first introduction to it, and why do you feel like it was your calling to do boxing, and what do you want to present, and how do you want to use it as a tool?
Yeah, it's a lot of questions. You know, I wish you asked me just one question and then we. Let me see. Boxing. How I got into boxing? I've always wanted to. It's my mom's favorite sport, which is crazy. But
Really?
my stepdad came in. When we moved into his house, he brought stuff from his house, and some of the stuff was a big heavy bag and some gloves. You know, this was like around 7th grade. I've always saw it, and it was in my brother's room, and I would look at it, and I'd be like, "Shit, I kind of want to hit it." Years pass by. That heavy bag from my brother's room gets put into this garage. Now I can hit it. This was around 9th grade. You know, I got my ass whooped in this fight trying to no, I just got my ass whooped in boxing with boxing gloves against these two guys, and I wanted to beat their ass. So I trained and I practiced in this garage, and I beat their ass. And after like a couple of months of training, I beat their ass. Yeah, and it was easier. Like it made me feel good. You know what I mean? Like not being so useless and weak and fragile and shit like that.
I feel like you were. What do you? Can you elaborate on the part that it make you feel good? You said
like I can stand my ground.
Stand your ground. It made you feel
like I can protect people. I can actually pose a threat to a threat.
Yeah, stand up for yourself in a way.
Exactly. You know,
does that kind of play in the part of like 7th and 8th grade? Is that part of it?
In a way.
In a way.
Yeah. 7th and 8th grade was. I just wanted to be in the shadows and be ignored by everybody, man, because it was hard. You know, like with the things these kids said and did. Like my mom was a janitor. She worked at Alamo Heights, and whenever I'd get in trouble because my grades were super low, like crazy low, guys, I was so not happy. Like I would literally first 2 weeks of school, it was so hard for me not to cry.
Yeah.
Like I cried every fucking period, and I tried my best to hold it in, and I couldn't, and I just let these tears drop. And they thought something was wrong with me. You know, I remember going to the counselor over and over again, and they'd be like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" And I would explain to them, like, I miss my friends back then. Not to retract, but, yeah. And then my mom would come in, and these kids will see her in janitor clothes, you know, and they'll be like, "Oh, your mom's a janitor," and it'll spread it throughout the whole fucking school system, you know, and just talk shit about that. And that hurt, man. You know, I owe a lot to her. You know, she put me in a position where I can achieve my dreams, pick any career that I want. So, off rip, because of that, I cannot settle for anything less than making $1 million in my life. You know what I mean? I gotta do something that's super hard to achieve, something that most people can't achieve and can't do in their lifetime.
Yeah. That sounds like a painful experience to go through, especially when you're so young as a kid, and it's different when you're as a kid, when you go through those tough times, because, you know, at times you could feel, did you feel like you had anyone to turn to?
Just God. I remember just talking to God since a pre-K kid.
Yeah.
All the way until now.
Can you talk more about that? Has God played a factor, and does he still play a factor till today?
Like when I'm by myself, I would always talk to him out loud. Like I'd be like, just having a conversation with him, you know what I mean? Like, God, man, today's been such a good, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like think if you're texting somebody on Snapchat, but like you're saying it with your voice and just having a conversation with them all the time, 24/7. Because I was really lonely, and I don't mind being alone. Like I feel like I'm the only person that can genuinely just be in a black room and not talk to nobody or socialize, and I'll still be okay, you know. And I give that to 7th and 8th grade. No, 7th and 8th grade and boxing, because boxing is the loneliest sport in the world. Like I mean,
you think so?
I know it for sure. Like you hit different depths of loneliness with this sport. You know, I wish my destiny was another sport, because I would love to have a team,
Yeah.
which YouTube fulfills that part when I'm filming with my friends. But when it comes to boxing, I'm the only person in
But
that ring.
elaborate more on the boxing part, because you say it is your destiny. Why this specific thing out of all the things?
Uh, um, so there's only been 3 times where God spoke to me in my life.
Mm.
One was for something completely different, but 2 times it was because of boxing. I had made this plan in my life, in my head, on what I need to do in life. What's my destiny? I think of it, and I'm like, fuck, that's it. That's how I achieve everything I want to achieve. Right after that, I hear do it. And it was God's voice in my ear literally telling me to do it.
Mm.
And I take a step back and I'm like, that's the first time he's spoken to me. And I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, no, that's way too much to ask for me. Like, let me drop this idea, throw it in the dumpster, and never talk about it again, never think about it again.
Yeah.
And let me walk away like a coward.
So you initially didn't want to have anything to do with this?
No, it's scary, man. Like, it's just too much pressure and stress and responsibility,
Yeah.
to achieve this goal of mine that I'm trying to achieve. It's way too much where it's really scary. I would love to sit in the back, be quiet, not say words, not talk to anybody, and just walk past by, But that's no way to live as a man.
Yeah.
So, proceeding on to that story, like a week later, we go to the beach. And I go far out into the deep of the ocean with my best friend. My best friend can't swim, so he stays where he can touch the ground, and I want to see how far I can swim.
How old were you in this?
I was like, I think I was in maybe ninth.
Okay.
Maybe ninth. Yeah,
That's like 15?
I think so.
Okay.
I was a little minor.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm in the ocean. Fucking leg cramped. This leg got stung, and they became useless fucking noodles. And I'm drowning.
Both legs?
Yeah.
Both legs?
Both legs. There was no way in my head where I believed I would live in the next 5 minutes, because when I touched the ground, it took like a good 2 seconds to touch that ground.
And you couldn't swim?
I couldn't swim at the moment because my legs were fucked.
You were far off?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm pushing on the ground and I'm pushing up to catch breath of air.
Yeah.
But as I did that, I would swallow more and more and more water.
Did you try yelling as you were, or that just wasn't?
I couldn't.
You just couldn't? Okay.
Until I try to breathe as little as I can, and I would go down and push up and get air.
Mm-hmm.
But as I did that, I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. I know it. This is way too much water, and I could feel it in my body and my lungs getting full.
Yeah.
So this is the only time in my life where I ever begged for my life. And when I got the chance, I screamed to God, and I screamed at the skies, literally crying, saying, God, please don't save me. I promise you I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Instantly, as I said that, I heard the voice saying, relax. Relax your body and float.
Mm.
It was the most comforting words in that situation, where I did exactly that. And as I did it, I could breathe normally because my face would be above the water, and all the stress and anxiety went down. And big wave pushed me to shore, to where my feet can finally touch the ground, And because of that moment, it felt so unreal. It felt like if my soul were to be taken out of my body and put back in, like if I was like squeezed for a second and brought back to life.
Interesting. Okay.
And I remember
Very
that whole
spiritual.
day, I kept telling myself, like, this isn't me anymore. Like, what the fuck? I was so mind fucked, I just dropped the F-bomb.
Like, you just went through something. So, you think that all these circumstances coming together like that, like, do you think it's like your divine, I don't know if this is like the right choice of words, but almost like in a way that you're bound to, like that is your ultimate purpose?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm realistic with what I do, And I want to know the other time God talked to me, that kind of went to like shit. So this is kind of all I have left to answer a question in my mind. So I want to know if that was all in my head or if it was actually for real.
I'm not like doubting you, but how do you know that's God or
how do I know?
Yeah.
I just know, dude.
I just know.
Yeah, like there's we can't confirm it until it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know. That's what I also want to know, if it was just in my head, because how crazy that scenario and situation seemed. Because it could have been in my head.
Yeah.
But I do not believe that. But I will never know unless I do what I need to do. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And if it wasn't in my head, I'll probably like that ass shed a tear, cry like crazy, and just know I wasn't crazy. You know, like I knew it from the very start, and I didn't waste my life. But even if it ended up all being in my head, at least I have the answer to a question.
Yeah,
that's like the life question to me.
So hypothetically, let's say if it does this change your outlook on God if you were to succeed or not succeed?
No, because there's a lesson at the end of everything. You know what I mean? And it's clear when you get to that point.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, how do you want to bring back, because over the years we've seen boxing has died down, the popularity. How do you want the average person to tune back in and to really become interested? Because I was into boxing growing up, but not like you. You obviously were a bigger fan than me, but I was. I remember I would tune in with my family. We'll watch the Mayweather fights, McGregor, and that was entertaining. I didn't really understand the sport of boxing. In what way are you gonna make it so average people? I would say like me. I don't really know much about boxing, but if I hear like a good fight is gonna come on, I will tune in to watch it.
Being fucking hella entertaining, which is easy to do in boxing if you just do what the crowd wants you to do. You know what I mean?
What does that look like?
Swing and bang and not run away like a coward.
Putting up a good fight?
Not like a coward, but like a boxer. Because nowadays, Mayweather actually changed the whole era of boxing. And that's why it's dying down. Because he made it to where you want to run and just punch and get away. Get your money. He was the first person that started that. And that caused a great big downfall of boxing. Because before that, you just had brawlers that would...
Yeah.
You had stars. Now you don't have stars. You have people that only care if you're undefeated or not. And once you're defeated and you lose your O, they throw you to the trash.
Damn, that's
like the world builds you up and just...
That's a tough reality.
Yeah.
It's tough. Who would you consider to be your hero for boxing if you happen to have one?
Nah, I really don't have a hero.
You don't?
Yeah, I just idolize God. Speaking of that...
Not necessarily idolize, but, someone that you look up to, like a kid that enjoys basketball and he might look up to Curry or whoever it may be.
So, what's your question?
What I'm saying is...
I have no people I look up to.
No?
Nah,
okay.
Not in boxing, no. Because they're all like, I hate to say it, but they're like, not pieces of shit, but they are.
Yeah.
They're just not good people.
Yeah.
Like, if I were to answer that question...
Not necessarily
if I were to answer that question, it would be Oscar de la Hoya. I love when he was active and
like
he was
his style
on his shit. Not his style. Yeah, that. He never ran, and he was so exciting. But he ended up doing cocaine and wearing a thong and shit. It's a bad look.
So it goes beyond the sport, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about who you are.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Shit, I was gonna tell you something. This is why I wanted to talk on her.
What?
Nah, I was gonna tell you something. Sorry, guys.
It's alright, man. Take your time.
I can't think of it. Fuck, I wish I could just hit that little pause button and shit. While we're into boxing, I feel like I was born with weak genetics. So, I would always hit the bag and see everybody hit the bag. I can never hit it as hard as them.
Mm.
You know, I can't, no matter how hard I tried.
You know, if you lift weights.
No, I really couldn't, no matter how hard I tried. And I tried everything to be as powerful punching as they are.
Yeah.
One day I'm in this garage, and when they hit the bag, it's like a rifle, like a fucking sniper. Every punch, and you get to see this fucking bag, this heavy ass bag move. Every hit it gets, and it's beautiful seeing that, seeing a human punch with that much strength, and I was never able to get that. One day, I'm thinking deep about my past and what angers me, and this was like I think a year after high school. Just think about like my dad, my actual father-in-law, not father, my actual father, and I was like, you know what? For one time, let me punch it with anger. And that was the one time where the bag did the same thing that it did when these kids punched it. And it was like I was fucking shooting like missiles at this fucking big ass heavy bag, and you guys see it. And at that moment, I realized I can bang with these guys. Not hold on.
Whoa, pause.
But you know what I mean? Like I was like, I can fucking compete
we know
with these
what you
people. I can,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was such a cool feeling.
Mm.
You know what I mean? To finally achieve that status within myself, that I'm not some 5'6" guy, skinny, scrawny. You know, I'm actually a threat. I'm actually stronger than I believe I am.
Yeah.
You know.
Can you just talk about what you want to do for the community when you're successful?
Oh, just to start off, you guys are the reason why I'm gonna become successful. You know what I mean? This city, so I wanna give back. You know, because you guys are my roots. You guys are what keep pushing me forward. You know, I wanna glorify God through it all, and fix the city up in ways people don't do. You know what I mean? And build companies to help people out with that money.
Yeah.
Back what I was gonna tell you though, I finally remembered it.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but just in case I were to fail, I always wanted to glorify God because that's like our purpose. So when I graduated high school, I don't know if you saw, me persiné, I went like that. Just in case, that was the only time where I had so much eyes on me in my life, and I'll never have this stage or people looking at me again. I had to take opportunity of it without being disrespectful. And I remember when I did that, the principal, like, he gave me a smile and he went like that. And it was such a wholesome feeling knowing that there's still good people out there, you know, that want to see the good people win. You know what I mean? That's why.
What do you mean by good people?
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Of course.
I'm glad I did
You know?
that. But I was so scared to do it, man. And I remember, like, some classmates would tell me later, like, and I was the only one who did it respectfully. There was, I think, one or two other people. One was respectful. It was so funny. But, yeah, there was people that went up to me and was like shook my hand and were like, thank you.
Yeah.
For that. You know what I mean?
Especially, do you feel like once you are on that stage, when you're selling out packed out arenas, do you think, are you going to glorify him? Are you going to say his name in front of all those thousands of people? What are you saying? Let's say that you just won a match and you're a world champion. What's the first thing you're doing?
I can't tell you yet. That answer will come within time and maturity.
Not giving thanks to God?
I am.
Okay.
But I can't tell you the words I'm going to say yet.
Yeah.
I don't even know yet. I'm not worried about it because I know it'll come to me during that time, because that is my destiny, to deliver that speech, have my hand raised, and say the right words to the right people at that right time, because it will be written in stone, you know, for all of us to be there that night hearing what I will say. And I could lose the fight too. We don't know.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're about to hit our 30-minute mark. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys got to know me in deeper levels. But yeah, I'll be excited to walk out and put on for this city whenever the time comes. I love all you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for showing so much love to this podcast. Thank you guys for believing in me. I hope you guys enjoy this and appreciate you. Please subscribe, comment, and like. And of course, I'll see y'all next time. Next time we'll have a guest.